What's up, everybody? Mccutcheon here, back again with the Stokastic channel. Today, I'll be talking preseason DFS ahead of August the 19th. We have a 3-game slate on our hands. We'll go position by position, discussing everything you need to know. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. And before we get started today, we are brought to you guys by PrizePicks. And if you've never heard of PrizePicks, they're a daily prop-based contest site. There's no sharks, no optimizers, no mass entries. You create lineups of player props, and you can make lineups with up to 5. With those entries, you can make up to 10 extra entry fee, and you can do cross-board entries. You can mix preseason with MLB. Whatever it is that is your choice, you can mix and match. And better yet, they're giving you a promo code. Use the promo code AWESEMO, and you can get a match deposit bonus up to $100. Again, that's promo AWESEMO, up to $100 match deposit bonus. And then diving into today's slate, 3 games on deck. You're going to notice we're going to talk about a lot of these teams in conjunction with each other. They're basically the teams that have the most condensed playing time in the NFL, and they happen to all be on this slate. So first and foremost, we're going to be looking a lot at New England, Los Angeles, that's the Rams, and Green Bay. At the quarterback position, Jordan Love and Danny Etling are splitting this 2 ways. Jordan Love, former first-round pick, played reasonably well in their first game, I think we could say. Some of the turnovers may or may not have been his fault. He's somewhat mobile, and he's a player that's going to get a half of football tonight. When you look at what he did in the first week, I think there's a lot to build off with him. He's a player that already threw for 176 yards, 2 touchdowns. The 3 interceptions are an issue, but he also rushed 4 times for 24 yards. So he is automatically in consideration. And I think he's neck and neck with LA Rams signal caller Bryce Perkins, who does a lot of the same things that Jordan Love does, except he might be even a little more mobile. Stafford's not going to play in this game, and their coaching staff already indicated that this is going to be Bryce, and it's going to be Wolford. They're going to split this half and half, and Perkins is incredibly mobile. Even just looking at what he did in their first game, you saw him take off and run 8 times for 39 yards and 1 touchdown. That's in addition to completing 10 of 17 passes for 133 yards. Lastly, New England, they're also running 2 quarterbacks. I think you can play Bailey Zappi. He maybe has the highest ceiling in terms of snaps in week 1. He played 48 snaps compared to 14 for Brian Hoyer, but he is the least mobile of the group. So I'm focusing on Jordan Love and Bryce Perkins, but Zappi certainly right there with them. At the running back position, we're going to stick with New England, where we're expecting 3 healthy backs. They didn't play Damian Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, and Ty Montgomery in week 1. They're all rest candidates tonight, and even if they play, it's probably just a few snaps here and there. That means Pierre Strong, Kevin Harris, and J.J. Taylor should be handling the work in the backfield. Pierre Strong played 27 snaps in week 1. Kevin Harris played 21, and J.J. Taylor played 14. So I'm going to follow this and play Pierre Strong as the favorite play in this backfield, followed by Kevin Harris. These 2 guys should be neck and neck in terms of playing time and battle for the number 4 job, assuming they keep 4 backs in New England. But I think you have a slight edge here towards Pierre Strong, who came out of South Dakota State. He was a 4th-round pick. He's a guy that ran a 4.37 40-yard dash, and someone they clearly want to get involved on the ground and in the pass game. Saw 1 target in his debut as well. I think you can also take a look at the Rams, who are going to have about 4 healthy backs. Raymond Calais played 24 snaps. He's somebody to keep your eye on. And the Panthers will also have 4 backs. You saw Giovanni Ricci and Spencer Brown handle most of the work here. Ricci's more of an H-back, so Brown would be the guy I look in that offense. At receiver, we have to go right back to New England, where they didn't play Jacoby Myers, Devontae Parker, Kendrick Bourne, or Nelson Aguilar in week 1. Christian Wilkerson got hurt in practice this weekend. It's a concussion, making him extremely unlikely to play. And Matthew Slater's a core special teamer. That leaves 4 healthy receivers on this team: Tyquan Thornton, Trey Nixon, Lil Jordan Humphrey, and Josh Hammond. Digging into these players, I think you can isolate Trey Nixon and Lil Jordan Humphrey. Nixon ran 36 routes. Humphrey ran 32. Those 2 already led the team in routes last week, Wilkerson being right there, but he's out. These 2 guys should be playing a ton of snaps tonight. Tyquan Thornton and Josh Hammond will be GPP plays. The Rams have 5 healthy receivers. J.J. Koski is a name to watch, as is Brandon Powell. Brandon Powell missed week 1. Koski got banged up in practice this week. But if they both play, that gives 5 healthy receivers to the Rams. A guy that's vying for a roster spot is Lance Mccutcheon. He played 53 snaps and ran 27 routes in week 1. That was tied with Landon Akers, but we saw Mccutcheon as the guy that the Rams actually targeted and tried to force feed the ball to. In that game, week 1, he led the team with 6 targets, and he converted that into 5 catches, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We're going right back to the well with Mccutcheon, who's an undrafted free agent out of Montana State, candidate to make the roster. And to finish this up at tight end, we have to go right back to New England. I know they have the narrowest path to playing time at almost every single position here. 3 tight ends. Hunter Henry, he hasn't been practicing. Jonnu Smith, same with him. These are rest candidates anyway because they're starters. Dalton Keene's been injured. Devin Asiasi missed week 1, but he has returned to practice. They still have Matt Sokol, who handled every single tight end snap in week 1. He's not going to do that tonight. And they signed Jalen Weidermeyer just a few days ago this week because of their injuries at tight end. Devin Asiasi is a player battling for a roster spot with Dalton Keene right now. And Keene's absence kind of sets us up for Asiasi, where he can play a majority of snaps tonight and actually be evaluated on the field. So he is the tight end number 1 on tonight's slate. And with defenses, again, just mixing and matching here more than anything else. But if you can, try to target teams playing a lot of backup signal callers. I'd be interested in anyone playing Houston tonight. You're going to see majority of the game with Jeff Driscoll and Kyle Allen. So the Rams set up pretty nicely, but they're not going to be playing any starters themselves. Carolina's in an interesting spot. You're going to be facing mostly Brian Hoyer and Bailey Zappi. Those are 2 teams I would consider on defense. But that'll do it for tonight's preseason DFS slate. Let me know in the comment section who you are targeting for DFS, and I will make sure to get back to you. My name is Mccutcheon on Twitter at Matt_Kutcheski. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next time.